Hello class. Today I would like to discuss my persuasive speech. My topic is about video game violence and the influence that it has on people. Do video games violence influence people? Really? Does it? Well, we will try to find out today. I will cover the reasons why people play video games. What can video games provide? And what happens if proper actions are taken then actually to help video games along, opposed to being so negative about it. The reason why most people play video games is to relieve stress, and a couple of other reasons why is so people can interact with others online, even from nation to nation, even across the world. They're very good for families and friends to get together for like family nights, friend nights, or just hanging out with your buddies. Also, they are very good for waiting in line for bus rides, for airlines waits. We have to wait for them because you have to be there at least an hour before you can actually go on the line. So the best thing to do is have your little video game to play around with. Each system, like PlayStation 2, the Wii, and Xbox 360, have a variety of video games to choose from. Well, if these games are so great, why do people constantly accuse them of being so violent? Well, in 1992, the video game Mortal Kombat was created for the Super Nintendo. This is back in the early 90s. A child played the video game, and I'm not going to say the name, but a child played the video game, and he decided that it was okay to throw a knife at another person's throat, basically slashing his throat. Unfortunately, the child had to get taken to the emergency room because of the seriousness of the matter. The child who got his throat slashed barely survived. 10 years later, Grand Theft Auto 3 was created, and it was created for the PlayStation 3. A teenager was playing these games, and they decided that it was a good idea to take the neighbor's car and drive down the street. Actually, he was speeding down the street with a pistol in hand, trying to copy the video game, and without paying attention, he smashed into a lamppost, killing him on impact. So, I have to ask you this question. Did the video games actually influence them to actually pick up a gun and drive, or influence the child to pick up a knife and throw it at people? Well, I have asked people around this area that I'm living in, and most responses to the video games were, sure, video games are entertaining, but I have no intention of copying it or behaving in such a manner. The others who I had talked to about said they don't really play video games, but they heard that if you let a video game influence you to a way of such violence, then you really have social issues. I think parents or legal guardians should stop blaming video games for their child behaviors and start taking responsibility for their child's actions. The way I see it, as a parent, if a child's bad behavior is a result of a video game, then apparently that parent isn't a parent. Parents should take interest in what their child is doing, not letting video games or any other electronic device just raise their children. Video games are made for entertainment, not to be teachers or informatives. The parent should make judgment calls on whether or not a video game or any other toy as well is appropriate for your child. And if your child cannot define on whether what's fantasy or reality, then that particular parent should sit down with the child and explain to them on what's fantasy and reality, what they can and cannot do. Well, you can use PlayStation 3, for example, has multiple non-violent games that you can play. For like example, we have a little dance mat that you can actually play on, which not only does it build up on the togetherness as a family and group and friends, but actually you can work on your exercises as well too, instead of sitting on the couch with a controller all day. Others that y'all probably have heard of, the more popular ones, is the Guitar Hero. And you know, everybody loves music, no matter who you are. You just love to play the music. And to get it right, everybody loves to do it. Which, me personally, I don't understand why, but at the same time, this is what kids love. And instead of just pointing the finger saying, hey, that child shouldn't do that, take an interest in what their child is doing, and maybe you'll like it too. If people would stop blaming video games for the child behavior and taking responsibility for their actions, maybe the parents will have less to worry about. The parents will not have to worry about if a certain video game would influence their child to wear a cape and jump off a building, or have their daughters becoming an exotic dancer. Another one is to sit down with their child and explain the difference between fiction and reality. Fiction, nobody really gets hurt. Reality, there's always consequences for your actions. In conclusion, video games may have little to no influence on people. Video games are used for entertainment to pass the time. That is what they're made for, and that is what they should be used for. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.